Alright, I've got a girl named Riley here. For each hour Riley does chores, her mother increases her earnings by $1 per hour. This table shows Riley's earnings per hour. It shows her earnings per hour for the first 3 hours. So we can see that for the first hour she earned $3. For the second hour she earned $4. For the third hour she earned $5. Remember, her mother is increasing her earnings by $1 per hour. So the more hours she works, the more money she makes per hour. Alright, so we're supposed to copy the table. I did that for you. And we're supposed to extend the table 3 more rows. So it's not very hard. Let's extend the table. For the fourth hour she worked, remember this is the 4th hour in a row, I imagine. Her mother must work her pretty hard. The 4th hour, she should make $6 in that hour. In the 5th hour, she should make $7. And in the 6th hour, she should make $8 in that hour. Okay? So I've extended my chart. Now, use a variable to write an expression for the money earned per hour. Alright, well, here's how you do it. I'm going to look at my money earned per hour. I want to see the pattern there. And I can see that it's increasing by 1. It's increasing by 1 each time. And I'm going to use that as a hint. Basically, to write an expression, I kind of need to think about, well, it's like an input-output machine. So what's happening in the input-output machine? There might be a little hint here. Alright, so it's increasing by 1 each time. I'm talking about the money earned per hour. So that might mean that our first operation is a times 1. So what I have to do is test it. So I'm going to put my first hour that I worked and the money earned at the end. It's kind of like the input and the output, right? The input is the hour worked and the output is the money earned. So there's my first input and output. I got 1 times 1, which is 1. And how do I change a 1 into a 3? Well, I'm going to add 3. Sorry, I'm going to add 2. There we go. I'm going to add 2. Let's test it with our second input. Our second input of 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 plus 2 is 4. Alright, so it checks out. I've double checked it. And it will work for all of our numbers, input and output. Now I got to turn this into an expression. So I take the first number in my first machine part. So it's times 1 there. So I'm going to put a 1 here. And then I'm going to choose a variable. Now these are hours worked. So I'm going to use H to represent the hours worked. And then I'm going to take the second part of my input-output machine, which is plus 2. And I'm going to write it plus 2. That is my expression. 1H plus 2 is the expression that you can use to figure out how much money she makes. And it doesn't really matter what hour you choose. Like I could choose 25. What would she make on the 25th hour? I can figure that out using this expression. And part C is actually asking us to do that. So part C says, suppose this pattern continues. How much would Riley earn for the 10th hour that she works? Well, let's take our expression, 1H plus 2, and let's use that at the beginning. And then we're going to use the 10. So it'll be 1 times 10 plus 2. And what's that? Well, what's 1 times 10? It's 10. And I just rewrite that 2. And then you think, what's 10 plus 2? And the answer is 12. So how much money would she earn on the 10th hour? And the answer is $12. That's better than working at McDonald's.